What's up? It's been a minute since I've been on. I am gonna talk about are males the new female dogs? Since Twitter's like censoring people, and I shouldn't say males, I should say certain males. Like I'm giving people like a couple of minutes, give y'all some time to come in, and then I'm out of here because I ain't been on here in a minute. I seen Williams was on here the other night. I couldn't jump on. I was kind of busy with stuff. This pandemic has really shut a lot of things down and changed a lot of things, so it's kind of getting kind of tough when it comes to making money. It's kind of universal on other things. Just trying to figure out stuff. So I'm just waiting. One person sitting here. Hopefully, get some more people in here. So, yep. I kind of came up with this meaning of this video when I was um, talking to Reek about certain things that I've seen transpire. And I thought maybe I should, not maybe I should, I thought maybe I would speak on it a little bit on what I view. And I could be wrong. Excuse me again. It's just my opinion. I'm not saying it's a fact. Just how I view things and look at things. So, three people in here. If you're in here, say something. The topic for today is, are certain males the new female dog? So, if you smart, you know what I mean and what I'm saying about certain stuff. That's how I look at it. Do 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 do. Two people in here trying to keep talking, but I'm kind of impatient, especially with the way things are going lately. My patience has ran so thin with so many things in life. Uh, just gotta wanna boop, waiting for folks to come in. I'm trying to think like what is my generally my uh time? Is it 10, 5 minutes? I don't know, but I see there's three people in here, so you know, uh, Mac Chi. I feel you though. These cats talk. Okay, so finally somebody's in here, so let me just elaborate on what I mean. And thank you, I appreciate it. I feel like certain males are the new female dog, and the reason why I say that is you knowingly go out and support people or big people up that don't mean you know any good, but to save face and to seem like everything's cool, you want to act like y'all cool. Or, some people say, you know, female dogs get caught up in emotions and don't think logically and talk about other people behind their back, but don't say it to their face. I know plenty of men that do this. Not saying all men, that's why I said certain males. So it's just like if you say women do that, but you're doing it. So why would I knowingly mess with somebody that I know was telling people not to deal with me just to save face? Ain't that fake? Ain't that low key like bitch assness? Well, they always don't like my videos, so I'm not censoring myself anymore. Sorry, Reek. Ain't that like low key bitch? Ain't that some bitch assness right there? If like, for instance, we'll say it like this: if you a man and you know another man speaking on you and telling you, "Hey, I don't like dude over there. Dude ain't never did nothing to you. You never had no problems with this person. Your friend, let's say not even your friend, it's just a acquaintance. Y'all cool like on speaker terms. Say, hey, don't fuck with that dude over there. And then you ask him why. I just don't like dude. And you like, okay, well then you like, okay, well dude, say he can put me on, put me up on a way to make more money, and your associate's like, nah, I don't like him, so don't fuck with him. So would you not mess with him because this associate told you, or you gonna go and see what this person's about? I didn't know that other men were controlling other men, what they say and what they do. I thought people had their own minds. Like, I thought we was grown out here. I'm not gonna let somebody run and tell me what I can and cannot do off of some notoriety. Like, you don't run me. Period. But I guess, they talk about women, like, and then behind closed doors, you talk about each other. Like, oh, do I see dude in this? He was this, this, and this. Ain't that like low key, like a feminine trait? Like, why are you talking about somebody behind their back, but then out in public, y'all like super cool? That's fake and phony, and that's one reason why y'all ain't gonna catch me on Instagram, because people just do too much for social media nowadays, and for clout. For what? Most of these people out here, especially during this pandemic, is broke. Don't let these people fool you. Like, trust me, nobody's getting bread like they. People who's getting bread right now are people that work. Uh, I would say the people that are, they're probably overran as nurses, like doctors, like that. The entertainment industry is on its last leg. Think about it. People make their bread and butter through concerts. You can't go to a concert because of COVID. They done shut everything down. You can't do anything. So these entertainers are literally like hemorrhaging money. Don't let them fool you. Times is just like times is rough for us. Times is even rougher for them because they got bigger mortgages. People out, like, think about it. If you are someone, a celebrity, I should say, and before the pandemic you was doing good. Now you're in the pandemic. You can't work because COVID. You you not only you got to pay bills for your house, you probably got a manager, you got to cut off a publicist, you got to cut a check with. How you getting paid if there's no work? Because there's no work because of COVID. COVID and shut things down. That's why I said don't pay attention to what people be posting on social media, because most of it is smoke and mirrors and BS. So far we've only had Mac Chi here and Reek, which I appreciate it. Four people in here. Somebody hit me a thumbs up. I still ain't got no thumbs up. Loki, that's cool. Lil Wayne sold his masters for 100 million. That's crumbs. Exactly. He's bad. He's doing. Think about it like this. He was doing bad before the pandemic. Like, Baby has a history of paying cash money people through drugs. He ain't never paid nobody no money. He the only one getting paid. Them boys was getting worked and not getting anything. If you don't believe me, look up how he did BG. Free BG. You know what I'm saying? The realist. Look at it like that. You can, I'm telling you, it's seriously. Look at all these people that are selling their catalogs to these companies because they need money now. The pandemic is hitting the entertainment industry harder than what they're trying to tell y'all. It's the smoke and mirrors is coming down, it's collapsing right before our eyes, and if people can't see that, I don't know what to tell you. I think what's her name from Fleetwood Mac, Stevie Nicks, she just sold her 80% of her catalog for, like, I forgot, I don't know, but she just sold her money. The Dream, a bunch of people is selling their catalog because people need their money now. They're not trying to wait. It's entertainment industry is collapsing upon itself. Seriously, keep paying attention. Like, trust me. And he just pled guilty for having a handgun. Wayne did, so that's another thing. But we almost at the 10-minute mark. Four people in here, one thumbs up. And the only person that seems to be talking is Mac Chi. Anybody else got anything to say? Because I told Rick I ain't going to be on here long. If ain't nobody want to come in here and converse with me, that's all cool. But I think I made my point that certain men are the new beat or the new female dogs. Like, I can name a few, but I ain't trying to get Rick's channel destroyed. But it's the truth. Like, if you have to answer to another man, something's wrong with your life, period. Same thing with women. If you have to answer to another woman, something's wrong with your life. Why are you answering to another grown person about what you can and cannot do, where you can and cannot go? Seriously. It's absolutely ridiculous. That's all I gotta say about that. That's just my personal opinion. We're at the 10-minute mark. Okay, again, if you in here, it says we got 4 people in here. Hit the thumbs up, please. I would appreciate that. It kind of helps with the, what is the word I'm looking for? The logistics of YouTube. Even though YouTube be hella hating, 5 people in here. Hit the thumbs up. I'm talking. Well, I was talking about are men the new certain men. I shouldn't say men. Are certain men the new female dogs moving like bitches? I go ahead. I'm gonna hold it, say it. It's just like seriously. In what areas have you seen these males act like this? What's good, family? What's up, Choice? I was I couldn't get in a live yesterday, but dude was on here and I was like, made me think of you, Choice. I wonder, like I said, I ain't seen or heard from Choice in a minute, so what's really good. Are you on a pet? Are you on the plantation? Are you at home chilling? Um, and what areas have I seen these males act like this? In life, that's the area I done seen, Reek. In life, not gonna pinpoint at anybody because people get too much in their feelings. But life, period. I didn't seen it. That's how I look at it. So I don't know if you still in here, Choice, but appreciate the comment. If you at the plantation, I understand. Just been a while. Um, I mostly generally just keep my feelings to myself now. Like, but I think a lot of this with this pandemic that's going on is smoke and mirrors too. But the economy is bad for some, and the economy's good for some and bad for others. Definitely on the plantation. I understand. Get the money. Gotta hustle. It is what it is. If you gotta work to eat, eat to work, or whatever, however you say it. Just combobulated right now. But so are those type of males too, what is that word? Feminine, like too feminine for me? No, I don't mean feminine like as in like, hey girl, hey, like no. I mean like too feminine in their, not feminine, I should say, not feminine like in that way. I think like letting another grown person tell them what to do. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I mean. Like, not thinking for themselves, essentially being somebody's child and you're an adult, and basically letting somebody run you just off of notoriety because they supposed to be like this big and bad person, or they supposed to, like, nah, I'm straight. Like, you ain't my mama, you ain't my daddy, you ain't gonna tell me where I can go and when I can go and who I can go with. Like, stop. Like, watered down males. I say GMO babies, GMO males. Like these new generation is just ridiculous. These new people, it's ridiculous. Like no mind of their own. It's just like I don't understand it. Don't get it at all. Period. Did I say I seen Williams was in here too the other night? Like I wish I could have dropped by y'all, but I was making moves, and yeah, because of this stuff that's going on, my money has slowed up a lot. But I kept a stash and I always keep a hustle. Like number one, like I said, the entertainment industry is on its last leg. Y'all about to see even more people selling catalogs and selling other stuff for money because they need money and they need cash now. People have changed and men are definitely not cut from the cloth men used to be cut from, but people in general just ain't shit. I agree, Choice. Like, you hit it right on the head. Like, things change, people change, but it's not the same. It's just like motherfuckers don't. Well, too many sissy built males, too sensitive and emotional at the wrong moments. Time traveler radio. I agree. That's exactly what I was saying. Time traveler radio. Like, period. And Choice, you right. Like, people just, this society now is just ridiculous. Like, you've always had a small amount of people that have been ain't shit, but it's like the majority of people now is just ain't shit. It's just ridiculous how people want to be seen. Like, I don't want to. I rather be heard than not seen. personally, and I rather just play the background because then that's when you want to be the center of attention. That's when you get into too much trouble. That's how I look at it. That way, it is, but men aren't built the same like they used to be. Like I don't know what it is. It's just ridiculous. Like too much, too much female hormones. You know what I'm saying? Like every male has a certain set amount of female hormones, and every male has a certain set of fem. Every male has a certain set amount of female hormones, and every man and every woman has a certain set of male hormones. So that's how I look at it. But you have to have balance, and if you don't have balance, then you have the situation we're in right now. Ridiculousness. That's how I look at it. But we at the 16-minute mark. Yep, 6 people in here. Hit the thumbs up for me, please. I would greatly appreciate that. That helps Reek with the logistics of his show. He put the little thing up. Babies having babies in broken communities. It's that plays a part in it. It's like basically like a ball of confusion, like how the Temptation says from the 80s. Before my time and probably before your time too, Choice. Ball of confusion is just like it's been like this for a while. It's like little steps turn into big things. Like it's like the snowball effect. That little thing, it starts off real, real little and then turns into a big ass avalanche, big ass snowball that's coming and ran everything over. All the little things. That's why I always live by the road to hell is paved with good intentions. Everybody got good intentions. My intention wasn't that, but you did it, and then it leads to something else, which leads to something else, which 9 times out of 10 leads to bullshit. That's how I look at it. It's all the things. Thanks for the thumbs up, y'all. We're at 5 thumbs up, and then there's 6 people in here, so I appreciate that. Reek said the line's open. Go back on your comments. Then I guess the number's there. I don't plan on being here all night. If somebody do call in, just letting y'all know. Just letting you know too, Reek. I don't. I appreciate you letting me get on the platform and say my little few pieces about what I feel about certain males being the new bitches. But I ain't gonna be here all night. 6 out of 6. Appreciate it. Got 6 people in here and 6 likes. So far, channel choice, Times Travel Radio, and Mac Che was in here. So that's 1, 2, 3 people. So who's our other 3 people? Now 4 people. Because it says 7 people are in here. So who's the other 4? So I don't know who it is. Make yourself known. I don't bite. I'm not gonna really truly genuinely like go all the way in like I could. If you do call in and you want to be ignorant, I can, like I tell people, I can agree to disagree, but don't. One thing you're not gonna do, which from the last time I was on here, is you're not gonna get on here and bash women, especially black women, because I'm a black woman. You ain't gonna do that. If you go and get on here and bash women, do it when I ain't on the channel. Because then I'm gonna have to bring the smoke, and I don't want to. I'm trying to be peaceful. But yeah, from the last time I was on here, I just wanted to clarify that. Like, I only jump up and get crazy, and what some people say out of body is when I feel like you are disrespecting black women, period. We go through enough as is already, and then for someone to come on this type of channel and try to throw dirt on us, not gonna happen on my watch. Never. So we about to be at the 20-minute mark. Anybody else have anything they want to say? Somebody want to jump in? Because I told Rick I ain't going to be on here all night. I've said my point and made it and used examples. So I do appreciate the people that did come in here and comment. Oh, we got 10 people and 6 likes. Word of the day, or not word of the day, topic is, are males the new bees? I guess that's what the bitches. Hello,
Hey, yeah,
how are you?
yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
Speak your mind.
Okay, so I feel like basically the black man as a whole on a global level. So, I mean, if your people is not in a, what I'm saying, a position of power, it's kind of hard. I mean, man, ain't no organization, so you know, because it's men on with dresses on the TV and shit. So, that don't represent manhood.
You got a point. Somebody else came in. I'm sorry. Who
Oh
else?
yeah, this time travel radio, Reed.
Oh, okay.
But yeah. Oh, how you doing, Miss Lisa?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing fine. I just called in to kind of add on to what y'all was saying. I just chimed in like 2 minutes ago, but I still kind of caught y'all drip real fast. I hope I ain't repeating after you, but repeating after y'all. But I was basically calling to say I just basically agree with the whole topic because like I even be saying it all the time, even just off little simple stuff. It don't even have nothing to do with nobody dying or even losing money. They getting emotional over like small stuff like you can use small stuff as simple as sports or politics, and they'll get like, I can't believe you said that, like, and I almost don't want to talk to you no more just because you have a disagreement. And a lot of times they don't even want to take the time out to go see what you're saying is true, because a lot of times we just stop and see, like, okay, what he or she just said. Let me go see if this had any truth to it first. Then I'll respond afterwards. But we don't do that most of the time. We just, oh no, I don't like what you said, oh no, and that's it. And they shut down. And when I see other dudes do it, I mean, they suspect it from a woman, but when I see other grown men do it, it's like, like it knock the taste out of me. It leave a bad taste in my mouth to the point where you almost don't want to be around that kind of male, especially another male, because I expect a certain character from, especially older males, especially that's over the age 25. I expect them to have a little bit more ethics about themselves, but they don't. And so when they don't, it's like, I just can't, I can't see myself just being affiliated with them like that, because it's just kind of like a bad look on. It's like, well, why would I want to even be affiliated with this kind of, you know what I mean? And to add on to what you're talking about, to me, man, like a man ain't even supposed to talk about another man if he ain't even there. Like you
Exactly.
ain't even supposed to have a brother's name all in your mouth, because I mean they're not paying you. So it's like at the same time I feel like because they being raised by their mom, like they just seeing this and they just going off of that because they don't see how a man using logic and things like that. Yeah, they don't fact check either. They're not using logical thinking, and they're not fact checking. They're not even, combing through it with a fine tooth comb to even see if it's even valid, if the point valid, like you said. But yeah, man, it's just like, and then you just like on top of that, it's like, yeah, like you say, it's cowardly too. When a man not there to defend himself, to me, that I think it's cowardly. It's a coward move. It's just like the old move when they say you shoot somebody in the back. It's just the most coward way to shoot somebody. So if you know what I mean, like if you're gonna do it, that's the coward way. That's the most cowardly way to do it. And so I feel the same way about if somebody not there to defend themselves. It's kind of a weak move. It kind of makes you look like you running from a monster. Almost you dodging a monster. If this monster was here, you would. So that's what I take it as. That's why I say coward.
Okay. Let
Yeah,
me.
and you can never trust them because they going to be talking to you, talking to somebody about you behind your back, because that's just their character. Yeah. What I learned over the years, though, I'd rather them do that and be wrong. Because I think that's funny when people sit and guess and they wrong. I used to think, oh, you should go correct them, but now I like them to just keep guessing and be wrong. Real talk. I feel better. That's funnier to me because I know that person thinking, they overthinking, but they wrong. Hey, that's real, bro.
Okay, hold on. Let me read the comments. Larry in here. We Will was on last night. Larry. Um, And I know you ain't been in here in a minute. And then Choice said cowards are rewarded these days, though. That I have to agree with. Like I said to my
Yeah,
home,
they celebrate it, especially
they
on
are,
social media. But go
they
ahead,
are.
I ain't want to cut you off.
Oh no, that's fine. I was gonna say I said to my homegirl that 2020 is the year of the coward. Like people just like don't, instead of like standing up for themselves, say calling shit out what it is. They rather just don't say nothing and be scared. Like if you
That's
scared, go to
right.
church. Like if you a coward, I don't mess with cowards in any form or fashion. If you, I'm the type of person, if you said it, you meant it. Stand on your word. If you're gonna be a coward, stay the fuck away from me. That's how I feel. Like if you can't defend yourself and you're gonna be scary, we don't got nothing. We ain't got nothing in common. Period.
I'm a talking cold. I'm a talking cold here, but everybody here is intelligent enough to understand what I'm saying. This C-19 crap, this just shows you. This revealed all the cowards to everybody. This the year of the reveal. To me, this is the year of the reveal of all the generals versus all the scared cowards. They just, you know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
on the grand scheme of things, like just like you said, they just like they basically just sitting back, just taking whatever comes. They don't even, you're not even trying to fact check it or question nothing. You just accept any punch they throw. And I just don't like this. And that's what I'm saying. The masses of the people, that's what they do. I mean, the mass, 85% of society just saying, all right, whatever they got, all right, we'll take it. Oh well. And nobody questioning nothing. Nobody's trying to see if anything, if what they saying is legit. Is it a scheme? Is it a Ponzi scheme? Nobody, a Ponzi scheme? Like, I don't know.
I don't see, and that's the thing. Like, it's so many levels to it. It's, and I understand majority of the people. If people just pay attention, it's a, a bunch of things. But I was gonna say, Choice said nothing wrong with letting the stupid remain stupid. And who's talking, Larry? That's time. Uh, hold on, time traveler. Radio that he's on. If in the comments, if you go up, but this is my thing. Like, if you pay attention, like they pushing they're pushing this vaccination, whatever, whatnot. I try not to say too much because YouTube been slashing people's channels left and right. My thing is,
That's right.
look how quick they came with with a vaccine. Like this don't even make any sense. Like y'all came up with a vaccine for COVID-19 less than a year. If any corona, whatever the virus corona is, a mutation of the cold virus. Everybody done had a cold before. Like if you do the math, and I tell people all the time, if you just look at the math, H1N1 and the swine flu have has killed more people than the COVID virus. Why all of a sudden they trying to push this vaccine and push people in the house and do this and do that? Like pay attention to that. That's my thing. Like I ain't trying to even get on that tonight. I'm really not. I'm trying to be laid back, but it's just like two and two is supposed to equal four. Two and two is not supposed to equal six. It's just simple mathematics, really.
Yeah, it is. And I mean, I feel like they just lying. Like everything's a lie. Like everything I've seen this year has basically been a one big lie. And like it's just a joke to me. Like and then they stated like boosting these fake numbers. Like they saying people who like even get in a car accident or like for example, my uncle passed away in March of this year. And I know what if I would have tried to like go investigate that and try to ask like what happened, they would have told me that bullshit. So I didn't even go ask them. The reason why is because he already had heart problems in 2018 and in 2019 before any of this bullshit even came about. So I know if they, you know what I mean? See, that's what I mean by I don't believe shit like that. Because it's like my uncle was already sick before this shit even was talked about.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, that's what they were saying. Like anybody who gets sick again usually will end up, you know, being in ill condition where he was already sick. So he got sick again, but he had passed away. And when he passed away or whatever, I know if we would have tried to go investigate it during that pandemic, they would have said, yeah, it's because of C-19. And I would have been like, that's bullshit because he already had heart problems in 2018. You see what I mean? So that's
Mm-hmm.
why I'm saying from me personally, my personal knowledge, I know it's bullshit. And then by the way, I still end up getting sick with the mask, wearing the fucking mask. So
Like it's just all bullshit. That's what I mean by it's bullshit. You can't get around the common cold. You can't block the common cold.
You got it. Just like it's really just like really. I said I feel like it's just like it's not a fake per se, but it's like the way they're trying to make it seem like it's gonna kill you. It's not. You'll get sick and then move on from it. And the way that they're setting everything up is detrimental to your immune system and detrimental to your health anyways. Let me go to the comments. Choice said, yo, fact checking will cause some to end up butthurt. That's why they just go with the flow. And then Cadillac came
Yep.
in and said, Choice, what up, low? And then Choice said, what up, Cadillac? Because if you think about it, they're telling you um, quarantine, which means they want you to stay inside for 10 to 14 days. One, that's bad for your immune system. Like, if you just do your own research. Y'all don't have to take my words for it. One of the best things you can do for your immune system is get outside and get fresh air and get out in the sun, which is vitamin D, which is vital to your immune system. Number one, why they're not telling people to get their immune system up? Why they're telling you to stay inside, use a bunch of disinfectants, use a bunch of bleach, which when you actually are doing more damage to your immune system by overuse of sanitizing and overuse of bleach. That's real. They don't tell you that. They want you to stay
Yep.
away from other people, which again weakens your immune system. Like that's just common knowledge. And I'm not saying take my word for it. Y'all can look this stuff up. I just really wanted
But
to.
living in fear
Yep,
lowers your immune system as
that's right.
well.
That's right.
And it's like, man, did people forget about Tuskegee? Like
Thank
it just
you.
blow my mind how quick these people is to just hop in line for a vaccine, man. And they pimping them too, talking about, oh, we ain't got enough vaccines. Like, yo, so you know what I'm saying? Like, don't worry. Oh man, they running the game so tight out here, man. It's like real pimping out here. So, man,
And that's what I forgot to say. Also, they haven't even checked if you see if that vaccine. I believe the people who manufactured this whole thing don't even know what's really in the thing. And if they do know what's in it, they probably know something in it that fuck you up bad, and they won't reveal what's really in it because they know it's lawsuits out the ass, and they ain't trying to be responsible or liable for it. So they're gonna make you probably sign a fucking consent form or agreement form saying that, hey, you know, if you fucking end up looking stupid after this, or if you fucked up or you walking like the Walking Dead, hey, that's on you.
yeah, wherever they did it first, like at the vaccines, like three of the people got Bell's palsy. You know what I'm saying?
I seen the dude. Oh yeah, I seen the dude who volunteered. One dude had volunteered to take the money. I seen one dude who had took the money and he died. They offered him, I think, 1,500. I think it was $1,500. They were like, hey, $1,500, come take the vaccine, come be a volunteer. He was like, shit, all right, dude, fuck it, I ain't scared of this shit. He did it. And he ended up dying like 2 days later.
man,
But the media, but the media will not talk about this shit. The media will not cover it.
exactly.
Yeah, they won't cover it.
We need our own media. That's all that like that this like makes clear to me as black people. We need our own media because we can't just go off of what they saying without having another source. That's how they did it in Nazi Germany and stuff.
And see that's the thing.
You know, in Nazi Germany also, they use a lot of shit kind of propaganda. And I don't know if y'all noticed, all this shit, that's all I've been seeing. It's a fucking joke.
Mm-hmm.
Like, everything is a joke. It's a lie. It's like they basically disguise, like for example, this summer. All they did this summer was disguise communism and basically martial law and Marxism under the skies of this George Floyd. They're like, it's fucked up, bro. It's fucked up out here. Like the world fucked up, like because they tricking people and people just so, oh yeah, that's right. Oh yeah, I believe them. And the whole time they snatching your rights away on the low. They low key want to take all your weapons away. They want to disarm you. Like they want to slip. They gonna slip through this.
Wall Street. Yeah. That's
Well,
what
I
they
mean,
did.
here's the thing.
They got that, before, yeah.
But the Dems did that though. Like if you go look at the background of that, the Dems did that. That was them who did this. They took that away because they didn't want. Remember, they don't want no individual independent order. They don't like independent order, so to say. And y'all know what I mean by independent order. So They don't like that. You need to join us, or hey man, you're gonna have to get the fuck on. Like we're gonna get rid of you. We're gonna or we'll frame you and lock you up.
Yeah, it's
But
deep.
basically, we got to get rid of you if you don't join us. You can't have your own individual business and program without us. That's how communism works. It don't work like that. You can't have your own individual. You can't have your own record label. No, you sign with us, but you can't have no music.
That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Larry said they're saying to get a stimulus check, you have to get a vaccine, and I feel like what they're gonna start doing is like, if you want to do certain things or go certain places, they gonna want you to get vaccinated and basically like show or have your papers, like some crazy crap like that. It doesn't surprise me because it's just like they push in fear. Like that's why I don't watch the news, and I'm just being honest with y'all. Like they push
But
too
I
much
heard
of the.
overseas they not even scared. They don't even have this on their news. Like I heard overseas where the actual bullshit come from the actual country that it came from.
Hmm.
They not even over there with no mat. They not even walking around like us over here. They not have like they laughing at us basically. Like, and I think that's like a big insult. That's a super insult that they can just like basically like even in other places. Like for example, Antarctica. Antarctica is a virus free zone. Most of the people in the world do not know this. Antarctica is a virus-free zone. They don't have none of that shit on their news. I bet they don't have none of that shit on their news right now, saying anything about you need to watch out for this. Now they probably see it if they check the other feeds, but that's for other places. But over there, that's a virus-free zone. It's plenty of other virus-free zones. I just have to look them up. I don't know of many of offhand, but I know Antarctica is one for certain that everybody can go look up.
Yeah, well, like Lisa talking about, man, it's all about fear, I feel like. So they just trying to keep, motherfuckers docile so they don't sit up here and rock the boat and shit like that.
Because if they keep
Yeah,
you
baby.
scared, that keeps you from being angry. They have to control your emotions some way. They rather have you scared than rather have you angry or actually really thinking for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like there is no thinking for yourself. You need to go with the majority, basically. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't want you to think outside the box. Like it's gonna get to the point where they don't.
It's called herd mentality. It's
Yep.
called herd mentality. That's
They
the name for it.
they don't want you to be like, okay, let me ask questions. Cause think about it, like my homegirl's brother said to me, we were having this conversation. If if people would start talking to other people, they would see like this is some bullshit. But that's another reason why they want to keep people apart, because they don't want you talking to so and so who's gonna talk to so and so and be like, hey, this ain't making no sense here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I
That's right.
know at least four people that had COVID and they're fine. Like they said, it's just like having a bad chest cold. They ain't dead. Like
But how do you know? How do you know that's all that is, though?
it's
But you see what I mean? Like, how do you know that's all that really was at the end of the day? And they basically what I was basically I was telling my auntie this, and a lot she didn't like what I said, but she understood it. I was like, all right, I'm gonna bring next time I come over. I told her I'm gonna bring a thing of a bottle of Hennessy, and I'm gonna tell you a Star Vodka, and you can't argue with me. Because that's how I feel like that's what they did. Like, we're gonna tell them now that the common cold, like the common cold pneumonia, that's gonna disappear. And now we're gonna give it a new name. And so that's what I basically feel like that's what they basically saying right now. And they telling people, but people think it's new, but
it's
this shit
not.
been going
No,
around
you're
forever.
right. It's a mutation of the cold virus, and I'm glad that you brought up pneumonia, because pneumonia is actually way deadlier than the flu. Pneumonia is way deadlier than the cold. You don't see them making no vaccines for no pneumonia. I've known people that have gotten sick from pneumonia and almost died. That's why it's so deadly, because you can be walking around with it for months and don't even know. Like it's basically
Yeah, that's
you
true.
it takes over your lungs, obviously, and it gets to the point where it's hard to breathe, like you trying to breathe underwater. I know people that had walking pneumonia didn't even know it, but you
Yeah.
don't see them pushing no
I
vaccine
had it
over
as
it.
a young child. You feel like you're dying. You feel like you literally dying. I had it as a young kid. I was slept under a cold air conditioner, like I fell asleep in this classroom, and I had fell asleep like right under this cold ass big ass vent. It used to just blow cold air like straight down on my head, and I think I had fell asleep under it. And I had woke up. I felt so fucking bad, like I was throwing up, but it was like it was like basically the flu times three though.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was like super bad, like to where you can't move, you have to stay on bed rest. Basically, you have to
Yep.
just lay in the bed and drink Theraflu or orange juice or some shit until you heal because you can't drink soup because you can't like you can literally cannot move. It's like you feel like you're dying the whole time. So yeah, it's bad, but like they don't talk about it no more. That's what make I find that to be odd that they don't bring that up anymore. They refuse to talk about what could actually fuck you up bad.
Right. That's
Which is
what.
both of them. Even the flu right now, like older people, they get it, it fucked them up bad.
That's
And they could
right.
possibly die from it, just a regular flu, but they won't say that on TV now.
That's
I know that
right.
they would not bring it up at all. No media will say this ever again.
I agree. It really just comes down to like you just gotta like most of this conversation that we all having is that we're taking we critically thinking about what's being presented to in front of us when most people like Troy said most people are stupid. They're not gonna really think about it. They're not really gonna question anything. They just gonna go with it. Like, okay, they're like sheep, like basically sheeple. They just gonna go with it, not gonna ask no questions until it's too late. That's how
But
I.
I think it's more fear now. I think it's more fear. I think at first they were just going with it, but most people was like, yeah, fuck that. But then they just like, well, you know what? These people not gonna just agree if we just say it like that. We gonna have to just say, look, people, look, this shit is serious. People are dying. And like when you keep saying it over and over, hey, people are dying, people are dying. Even the people who like the fucking like far right wing anarchists who like worship Satan or whatever, they'll even start to be like becoming fear. Like I swear to God, I seen it this year. I'm like, oh my God, I thought you was a Christian. I thought you worshiped the devil. Now you scared of this. You tell so you worship all this, but you scared of the. So it was funny to me. Like all these people just started like they lost faith in everything they believed in when they heard that. Hey, you walk outside, you walk in the wrong store, you not cuffed, you don't have gloves on. Remember they said gloves at first. They said if you touch the wrong door handle, you don't have gloves on. That could be your last day. So people, if you keep saying that to people over and over and over, even the most, like I said, the most fucking the devil worshiping motherfucker even be like, you know what? I might need to cover myself then. These people sick. So that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, they just basically did it off fear. They ran it off of fear. It was a more fear factor than anything. I think at first they were trying to finesse, but people was like, nah, we ain't going for this stupid shit. And so then they were like, all right, no, fuck this. We can't finesse them. We just got to stun them. Fuck.
Yeah. What I'm seeing is, too, just people is just scared to go against the grain. Like, they don't want to look out of place not having a mask, even if they think it's some dumb shit. And it's like, we've been, yeah, but you know, also with this hip hop shit, like, I mean, even if you look at the music, it's like we being dumbed down. Like, even what they talking about, and even these rappers are scared to go against the grain. It's all about biting.
Oh man, I'm about
being original.
Like a lot of them, I'm gonna tell you the truth. A lot of them work for that side. Like I don't know if y'all noticed. Like a lot of them.
Hell yeah.
Yes, exactly. And like I know, like, and it was funny. One of my buddies would call and he was like, "Hey man, these dudes." He was like, "Hey man, it's a lot of shit going on that I never seen. Like for example, I seen the Young Jeezy Joe Biden ad, and I was like, hey man, like what the hell going on around here? Like, hey, like you, first of all, you can't be on both sides, bro. Like you can't be saying trap or die and telling the streets to trap, and then you go mess with the dude who made rules to lock black men up for drug dealing."
See, it will see.
How could you play on both sides, bro? You can't play on both sides, bro.
See the
Man,
thing.
they be fucking these rappers too.
They really do, and
You
see.
can't tell me to trap, and then go sign with the dude who in private prison deal.
Hey, but T.I. got caught with all them guns, though. T.I. got caught with all them guns, though, and they had to come out promoting Iggy Azalea. I mean, that's a 180.
But you know, he worked with the state, though. He turned state also. So, you know, when he turned state, he had to work for them. You know, he had Crime Stopper ads and shit. So, like, he like a real life state. Like, he worked with the state of Georgia. Like, the state of Georgia worked with him. So, you better not fuck with this dude. You guaranteed getting caught. Like, this dude, man. Yeah, like, he worked with them. Yeah, he worked. That's why it was noticed. Y'all noticed Lil Wayne. Now all these rappers and all these tragedies would be rappers, but Lil Wayne can't have a gun. Y'all don't find that to be odd? And he don't bother nobody. Y'all gotta think about it. This dude don't bother nobody. I was telling my cousin earlier, this dude stay in his own lane. He don't fuck with nobody. He just stay to himself and go on about his business. But all of a sudden they just they come after him because they know that he, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey man, like, and it's why did they do that? Because you see what he did. He went to the other side, and it's just like it make it a game like a red versus blue side, and just make it like a big joke. So it's basically like everybody who wanted to go over there, hey man, come here. We gonna snatch you up. We gonna get you out the way because you a threat to us because we trying to, like I said, can't have your own independent. You can't be an independent artist. All that independent artist shit, you don't want to sign with us, and all that, you don't want to work with us and help promote us. Hey man, get out the way. And so that's what's basically going on, and it's been going on all this year since the beginning of 2020.
Okay, let me read the comments. Okay, so Choice came in and said there's a lot. So why Mr. Orange still refusing to accept his loss though? He need to go sit down. And then Choice said his supporters is sheep for real. Then Choice said this new music is trash. Just clowns saying anything for some money. Then he said Jeezy just trying to grow up and he repenting his sins. And then Cadillac J just said, where you guys from? And then Troy said Wayne pretty much a crackhead. Okay, so with that being said, I'm a let me say a few pointers and then I my phone is ringing for some money. So I'm going end the live, but then Reek said he's gonna jump back on. But what I'm gonna say this before I get off. One, if you Choice, as smart as you are, Choice, you should already know that it's smoke and mirrors. Don't believe everything you see about the news. Like everything has already been predetermined, pre set up, pre all that. I know for a fact because my brother and some people stay in Georgia. There has been big fraud with them votes in Georgia. Number one. Number two, if you do your history, the Republican Party has actually done more for black folks than the Democratic Party. The Democratic Party actually is the
That's
party
right.
that wanted to stay and keep black folks enslaved. The Republican Party was actually the
But do you know
first.
people hate that though, Lisa?
The,
People hate to hear that. People don't want to, like China Toy said, they gonna get butthurt if you tell them that.
it's
And
the
if they
truth.
go look it up, they still
It's the
gonna get
truth.
butthurt again.
It's the truth. Like that's and then Wayne, that's a whole nother. I gotta go. So I'm just saying that like I really appreciate y'all being on this live. Reek said he gonna jump right back on. I got my phone is ringing and we are in the middle of pandemic and I need to get this money. So I'm a hang up and Reek will probably be on in the next 2-3 minutes. Thank you guys for calling in. I appreciate y'all. Hang on, he gonna be back. So he'll he'll be running a live just probably in the next 2 minutes.
All
Y'all
right.
have a good night.
All right, you too. Yep, peace. Yeah. Supposed to grow up and mature and move on to something else. I'm just saying, like, hey man, I see what you had to do though, man. You did
What's
what you
up?
had to
What's
do,
up?
man.
What's up?
That's
I'm on the
accomplishment.
line. I don't, I
What's
guess
going down, Reed?
took the reins back over. So, where y'all at with it? What y'all got to say? What points you want to make, or since I was just in the comments, where y'all want to pick up at?
No, no. I just wanted to respond to you, Rick. I wanted to hear what you had to say about it. Well, what you thought about what you said.
Well, which topic? Because Lisa Smith had her own topic talking about dudes. I mean, I
Oh
think
yeah.
we done
No, I was
already
just trying to
seen
stick
that.
to your topic. Yeah.
Well, I'll go to whatever direction y'all going. You still, let me
Oh,
see.
I was just talking a little borderline politics, but Like I said, you know how I feel about it all. That I feel like it's all fucking rigged, but
Right.
I still feel like some sides, you know, make sense. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes they might have maybe one or two things that make sense, but the overall grand scheme, like I said earlier, it usually be behind like some communist on sneaky ass Marxist shit that like I said, they do it in the shadows. They run it simultaneously. Like I said, they'll run it with the alphabet right. Then they'll do it right next to the women's right. Then they'll do it right next to, the BLM, and all that. So it's like, hey, man, get away from me, man, with all that old sneaky shit. See, when you start trying to run them little play action, misdirection play, hey, man, watch out. You know what I'm saying? That's how I look at that. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, some people, they really they really believe it all. You know what I mean? So
Right.
I ain't trying to discourage nobody. I just don't. I just look at it for like I've been look at it like that since 2004. When I seen the Al Gore and they cheated that Al Gore shit, I knew right then, hey man, this shit probably been rigged.
Right.
If they can just, hey, nah, fuck that, don't count for him no more. Hey, cut his shit off. Hey, no, we don't
Well,
like him.
well,
Cut
let,
his
well,
shit
let,
off. We
let's
don't give a
let
fuck.
me let me
Hey,
let.
when they can do some shit like that, man, I'm gone, man. I'm gone. Once they
But
can do that, I'm gone. I don't want to play this game.
but hold up a second. Let me shed some light on that. The Al Gore Bush situation. I mean, you can look it up on here on YouTube. I don't know if I posted it in the where I post the affirmations, but it's a video right here on YouTube. I want to say back when they were running for president. Both of them went to Yale. Both of those people that were running for president were a part of Skull and Bones.
Yeah, they were the Skull and Bone order. Yeah, they were.
So if you're both from the same order, you kind of know how you're gonna run the script down. It's like think
Yeah,
about
and hey, you
actors.
know what?
Think about actors. We're all in the same movie. I know your lines just like you know my lines. You know why? Because you got to
Yeah,
know when my line ends and when yours begins. So you got to look at it like that.
yeah,
It's like they're playing. They both know the script. They got to because they got to make it seem believable. Because when you go to a movie, it seems believable. You can relate to it. You put yourself in place of it. So that's the same when it comes to political theater as they call it.
yeah. And you know what? I know that's true because you know what? I ended up reading an article that came out like I think like earlier this year where he had spoke on it, and he was basically saying that he basically like got a call was like, all right, hey, buddy, let me win. All right, I'm gonna let you win. I'm like, what? So what you just said goes right to what I read. So basically, he was basically saying that he supported the man, so they wasn't really against each other, basically.
Right. It's like I
And when
said.
I seen that, I'm like, hey man, what is going on here? Hey man, they playing a game.
Right, but you can find that in so many levels in life. Just like think about someone facing a bogus charge or whatever it may be. You get a public pretender, and then the prosecutor is going against you. Well, the public pretender and the prosecutor work out of the same office, so usually they be like, well,
Yeah,
they're trying to give you a good deal to get out of here. No, it's like, okay, you need to throw us a bone. We got to make it seem like this person is like we're actually going their way when actually we're both on the same side. They're both, after court's done and the things. I done seen this. I done been on selected for jury duty. The defense attorney or the public pretender and the prosecutor go out to lunch together. So of course they're talking about
yeah,
whatever cases they got coming in the court, and how they're trying to certain judges is trying to be elected, so they need so many people incarcerated under so it looks good to the voting public and things like that vote them back into office. So I mean, it's just like you know knowledge that a lot of people don't put their mind on and think about. Like, man, I never really thought about it like that. You got to think about it like that, especially when it comes to this YouTube thing. Let me speak on that real quick. When it's people that do certain numbers, and you're like, well, why is this person doing numbers like this? Well, they done agreed to certain contracts and stipulations and things like that. That's why they're so-called winning like that. When people probably that done did more and probably had certain notoriety more than them, but they're not playing by the rules that these other people are playing. So they'll put these other people in the background. And think about it like this: it used to be a time like when it came to I'll say this before what's it iTunes came into effect where you pay so much a month to have unlimited music. They used to have a channel where you could listen to anything you want and you didn't have to pay nothing. But essentially what that was doing is mining the data of what people really liked. So once they came about, okay, um we're gonna make this where people pay, but we done mastered everybody's playlist of what the best songs are. We'll put these together and essentially sell it and make money off it, which they're doing right now to this day. You got Spotify, all these other titles and things like that. They done did that. They done gave away for free to get that data to basically formulate how they can essentially have people pay for it.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. Because they basically record. So basically, like, you know what? You know, it's funny because like they do that on in other ways too. Like, just not like in that way, but it's basically overall the grand scheme is they're recording you,
Right,
and you
right,
don't even know it.
right. These
Yeah, like they're
algorithms.
recording how you. Yeah, they're recording you and your algorithm, and you know they do that also on video games too. It's funny because it's funny. Like I seen dudes who like, yeah, man, I'm gonna go to this Madden tournament. Oh yeah, man, I'm gonna go to this 2K tournament and see what they don't know. I had seen an article on the Take Two Interactive on how they like make the inside of the game, and it's basically said like the dudes who like get on and they win a lot, they'll record them. And then like when they get to like those little tournament where it's like they think they're gonna win like the big prize, where the game already done seen them play like 2 or 3 games before they get there. So it's recording them to basically rig them when they get to the basically to the final game.
Right,
So it's recording the way they play. So the stuff that they do next time, it will not work. Like guaranteed, it will not work. Even if the man wide open, whatever. Even if it's the best, LeBron James or whoever you trying to use, like it'll record that. And
right.
then the next time, it will not let you do it again just because it recorded you getting away with it over and over. And I'm like, hey, I wonder do people like know that these people basically are letting you have this so they can record you.
Time traveler. Hold on a second now. Kind of like Jay just said, yeah, they all be together, and then he said, that's AI, right? Yes, artificial intelligence. It's basically it's watching
Yeah,
how you play, and then it's mastering how to defeat that. So say they play the
yeah,
same way you play all the time, and then they find a way where okay, this is the loophole where this way he plays where he'll lose. Think about it like this: a lot of people probably that are younger don't understand this, but it was once upon a time when you had video game systems where you didn't have to be online to play it. Why is that now? They want to watch
that's
how
right.
you're playing, and when I say how you're playing, because it's a lot of these Call of Duties, there's a lot of ways where you can post up in games and essentially shoot certain different
That's
ways
right.
and
He get
all
away
kind
with
of
a lot of stuff.
yeah. So in case someone in real life wants to do like that, they essentially got a whole bunch of data. When they say they're mining your data, essentially that's your information. That's another way of saying it. So that's a way to keep tabs on you. But the only way any of these new gaming systems will play, like say you just get it and you don't got no Wi-Fi, you cannot play that gaming system. It will not work at all. I don't
And
care.
that's dirty. Why is that? Why is that? Just make me the game on the disc, and I'll just play the game that you made. I don't need you to. I might not necessarily want to play with everybody in the world. I might want to just play to myself or play a regular season to myself. I
Right,
don't want to play with you. I might just want to play the game that you made or
right.
whatever. So and like you said, how it used to come, but now, like you said, if you get one, because my buddy was saying basically that's how the Xbox is. If you get the Xbox and you do not have Wi-Fi, you will not be able to play no Xbox at all.
Right.
It will not come on. It will not work.
Even for that
I'm like,
matter,
what? I'm like,
if
bro, no, just buy the game. Why they can't just have the game to themselves? Like, why do I need to play online? I don't need to be recorded. I don't want to be recorded.
even for that matter to think about it from this standpoint, remember, okay, I'm speaking from the old gaming systems. Like, okay, you got like you said, basketball or something. You could play your partner right next to you. Y'all's playing, and you don't have to go online. But now you can't even have a second person play unless they have some type of account with essentially Windows to log in to be able to do that because they want to know who's on that system playing, who's the person playing that's playing against you. So It's like it's tracking you
Mm-hmm.
all the way down. So think about those systems being like that. That's what they're trying to implement in other areas, but that people don't know. Why you think they're putting up all these
That's
5G
right.
towers everywhere? Because 5G towers are different than 4G towers, where it's stretched out, a further lengths to, it's too much gray area. Like, well, it could have been this person. Versus if you have them stretched out so many meters within, like, no, it got to be this person because every so many blocks we were tracking them, so we know it's that person precisely.
Yep, that makes sense.
Let me blow your mind a little more with this. I couldn't find the point I was leading to with this game called Watch Dogs that's essentially available on all gaming systems, but I was playing it yesterday because I occasionally play some of them games because the pastime sometimes. But you know how they have certain cut scenes in the game, so it goes to a cinema cut scene, and essentially Watch Dogs, he's a hacker. He could hack phones from just walking next to you on the street and things like that. Thinking about that intrigued me.
Oh
So
yeah, I remember that game. My brother had that game from. It's the one you talking about, the one that was in Chicago, right?
I'm talking about the second one that's in San Francisco, where
Oh, okay,
it's
I know what you're
essentially the
talking about.
same thing. But yeah, it shows a scene, and I want to say this game was released 2017. It shows a scene where, okay, you got to find out why the homeless are dying. So it has you go down to where the homeless be, and then you get to talking to this brother it shows a brother. It's not no Caucasian or anything. It shows a brother, and he gets to talking to him. And he's like, well, why you said people have been saying a lot of homeless people been dying off and things like that. He said, yeah, uh they were handing out these flyers saying, we could get these free vaccinations and free health care if we take this vaccination, but we got to sign off our rights, so they're not liable, but we'll have free health care. And he said, after I got the vaccine, I couldn't get up for so many days and things like that. And then
Oh shit.
what you got to find out more information, what at because if you play that game, it's a way where when you look throughout, the whole scenery or whatever, it's a way you could flip it to, it's like you're seeing it almost like with night vision. And when you flip it, the night vision, it was showing like these trails of, you know, basically like remember back in the day when it was a cartoon and you could see the smell coming up off of them, like if they stinking or whatever. Well, this
Mm-hmm.
was showing a trail since they've been injected with whatever it is. That frequency is showing a trail. Hold on a second.
Backtrack.
What up, Max? Shay? Let me finish my point.
Yeah, my
So
yeah.
essentially, it's showing the frequency of that particular person. So think about it like this: if they got 5G towers up and they know whatever number of injection that they injected with you with, they'll know, okay, well, this is the frequency of this person. He's in this area at this time. That's essentially what it was
Mm-hmm.
saying in so many words. But as soon as I find that little clip, I'm gonna post it up, in the affirmations where you can see it for yourself. I don't have to make up no stories about this. This is exactly how it is. They made me think of what's going on right now with, oh, we need to get these vaccinations, and like I said in the one yesterday, if it's so
They
good,
made them say that in the game.
yeah, but if this vaccination is so good, why is it free? Because people need insulin, and that ain't free at all. But people need that. If they don't get it, they're gonna be in some trouble. It's called diabetic comas. You know.
Hey, Reed, come over here laughing at channel. That's what I was thinking. He said Watch Dogs was too damn difficult. I quit playing that shit. I did too. My buddy had it. I think he had the one where they were located in Chicago.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
then
it
he like
is.
started showing like this little, yeah. And I was like, man, I don't know how the fuck you play this shit. Like this shit too hard. Like what do you do? And then you gotta look in the phone. And he got like this little device with him, and it was just all I don't know, man. I ain't see much of it. I was watching him play. I ain't never had it myself.
I'll just say it like this: you don't even have to play it. Just watch the walkthroughs of what they do in there. You don't even have to play it. Just watch the walkthroughs. You be like, wow, they're showing you. It's almost like pre-programming. Like this is what we're gonna do. You
Yeah.
think it's just This is just a game. No, this is some things that's about to transpire in life, but they don't want to frame it like that because then people will be like, wait a minute. I mean, we're seeing that happen right now. You know,
So what is this? So what is this little bullshit cyberpunk shit that they keep promoting? What is that supposed to be? Like supposed to be
I heard that, but I haven't.
like the future version of the world, like just like a whole bunch of like different little clans just clicked up running around, anarchy. It ain't no cops, it ain't no government, just people just like what are they trying to say here? Like what's the bigger picture? Is basically what I'm asking.
I don't know, Max Shay. You heard anything about that?
Man, I ain't heard it, man. You know, what I wanted to add in with, bro, to be honest, man, I heard that the vaccine, at least one of them got basically like 2 week old aborted fetuses. You know what I'm saying? In the shit. So, you know what I'm saying? They trying to mess with your DNA and shit, you know,
Right,
because
right.
they seeing people wake up. So this is like the Hail Mary is like, could we scare you niggas enough to basically take this vaccine so we could cut off the fucking your connection to the source out here, you know?
Most definitely it is.
So that's what basically this is. This basically so that's what I was basically gonna ask you, Reed. I didn't want to cut you off, but you go into what both of y'all said. So basically the whole grand scheme of this is this 5G and this vaccine is like the main base hidden scheme behind it is what? To lower people overall frequency to where they just basically be so docile, they just agree with everything and they won't contest anything, or it's just
Let,
that's what I'm
let,
starting to
let,
hear, like
let, let me let
overall
me
from
let,
everything y'all saying.
let me try to put it in the most simplest terms where you could kind of understand it, where it kind of parallels. Just like I get just talking about with games where you can play the old ones where it's the disc where nobody's monitoring you, no algorithm is watching how you playing. You could get it mastered,
Yeah.
and if you're just coming out of nowhere able to do that, they don't know how to combat that. Versus if they've been watching you, they know how to master that. You get what I'm saying? So, say you getting that vaccine and they're watching your heart rate. Okay, his heart, he's doing this. Well, he's probably having sex because his heart rate's going up. He's getting angry. His voice is getting elevated. Depending on what devices you're around, because essentially, like all those Alexas and all that, they're recording. Your different demeanors all the time because oh, it's cool. I get to
Yeah.
say this name and whatever, but it's checking for what type of conversations you're having, if you're gonna go out, if you got those ring cameras, how many people's coming in your household. So I say with having that vaccine, depending on, just think if they send a signal going out through any of those 5Gs, because 5G tower or the 5G transmitters are on the new light poles. If you look at it, I know, I don't know if y'all done got them in y'all area, but we got them LED uh, LED type of light posts now. It ain't the old, halogen no more. And those have transmitters in them. If you ever just go out and stroll, you'll see it's like a, a, a elongated cylinder at the top of them joints, and that's part of sending out multiple signals for anything. So think they ain't got all the stuff in place now, but think about like, okay, you got to be in the house. Well, a lot of those things were, think about, things were shutting down. The construction still was going. That's one thing that didn't stop. All kind of other businesses stopped, but that kept going. So they were putting that in place, and a lot of people don't know what it was at all. They're just putting on something on a light post or on a whatever post. No, they're getting that in place. So when they do implement certain things, or we'll be able to track your frequency of, because I'm quite sure each one of those vaccines. Because think about it, it says biotech. Biotech. Well, why does a vaccine have to be biotech? Tech like technology.
So you telling me? So basically, the vaccine is basically a GMO vaccine. Also, is it safe to say
No,
it
no,
is genetically modified?
from what I'm understanding, the Greek is basically saying that they gonna be able to like control niggas like a remote control
Right.
through the 5G, and then you taking this shit because it has,
Oh yeah, because Yeah, well, I was hearing that basically, like, somebody was telling me something about the vaccine where basically had like a chip in it. So basically, they had like basically this vaccine. Yeah, like I was like, a chip? How they gonna do that though? Like,
Well, I look at it
where
like this.
get that in?
It's not like a chip that you think of it as like in your credit card. Not like that. It's called nanotechnology. Think about them planes that shoot all that chemtrail stuff. You done got all that up in you. It be chemtrails all the time. Just look at it, you may have washed your car and it's clean and it's this metallic dust, and you know you don't live around no dust. That's the nanotechnology is metallic, the metallics that done got down into the water, down into the soil, down into your lungs when you breathe in and out when you had to be outside. So that's just another level of them injecting that in there, and it's able. Because think about it like this: watch how when the chemtrails happen. You know, a lot of people don't understand chemtrails, but you know, it'll see them planes fly by, and it'll be some streaks, and then they'll start waving out. That's them turning up the frequency to, you know, the essentially heat up the atmosphere to start changing it. So that will be the same thing with that injection going inside you. Okay, we need to start exciting it to do this, or we're able to monitor it. You know what's going on in his body from doing that. You know, it's kind of hard to explain, but I'll probably have to post some more, you know, kind of breakdowns how that kind of, you know, goes
So
down.
basically, it's a tracking device and like some kind of liquid. It'll be more
Yeah,
like a chip. It's not gonna be a chip.
yeah, that operates through your bloodstream, that goes throughout your whole body. I
Oh,
think
that's so good, man.
that's
Yeah,
why.
I was hearing. That's what. The only reason why I brought up the GMO is not to just throw a random hook in the way, but just to say the GMO, meaning they were saying, because it was something they were saying about this. We're here. This right here is gonna alter these people's DNA. So if you can alter somebody, like if this shit that strong to where it can like, yeah, man, like come on, man, you can fucking with people like your natural way, like yeah.
Yeah, but who got
Like
the
this
most
is
to lose?
this is
It's the
this is
black man,
strong
though.
shit.
But you know, because we got the melanin though.
Right.
You know, it's like how they put you know all the stuff in the water. You know, like it's supposed to decalcify your pineal gland, but it's like only black people got a damn pineal gland that's active like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I'll say it like this, and that's why I posted it in the particular where I post the affirmations. That movie that's called "Sorry to Bother You." This exactly speaks to what's going on and about to go on. If you guys have you ever seen that movie?
Yeah.
Sorry to bother you. I never saw that.
Okay. Now in the movie, essentially, you know, the brother works for a telemarketing thing, and essentially he masters the way of talking like a Caucasian to rise up in the ranks. Well, you know, he's selling so good, you know, rising to the top. When he finally gets there, essentially he's selling slavery. And the way he's selling slavery is, you know, they come up with this way. Well, oh, look, you can live in this place, and you know, you get to stay here. But essentially, it's like living in prison. You know, you're living in a prison state, making shit for these corporations, which essentially is going on now. But they put it in a comical way. So he rises up so high, he gets to meet the guy that's masterminding all this. He's like, oh, you know, he's at a party. He's like, oh, you know, sniff this, and he's thinking he's sniffing coke, and he's in with the big boss, so he does it because you know he don't want to be looked at as wrong. When comes to find out, he sniffs the stuff that alters his DNA. If he doesn't go along with what they're saying, he's gonna turn into this essentially a mutant. And essentially, you know, he exposes all this, and a lot of people don't believe it. Like how when you tell people what's really going on, they don't believe it. So they don't believe it until, you know, he shows the recording of it. Then people start believing it. Like, wait a minute. But since he didn't go along with the program, they didn't give him the antidote, and he basically turns into a mutant because they want to breed superhumans that essentially, you know, don't talk back, that don't have attitudes, essentially melanated people. Because all the people that were these mutated, they were from the hood, you know, from the inner city.
Yeah,
But you got to watch it for yourself to
yeah.
understand it. It goes deep. You just got to put it in those type of terms when you watch it.
Oh, okay. See, I ain't know. Yeah, why they? And I don't like that. Why they keep on trying to attack like like you said, like everything you saying, like you said, the media experiment, like all this little stuff, man. Like even the Ebola, the AIDS, all this stuff, just the overall grand scheme of this shit, man. Is all this shit was created by some evil motherfucker like Duncan Fauci or Bill Gates and people before him who probably name never get called or we'll never know of is hiding away in the dark shadows.
And it go back to Yakub and the technology, you know?
Right.
Because shit, we damn near created them in the first place.
Hmm.
So that was like the first damn experiment that went wrong and shit, but yeah, no.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
I'd say everybody still have conversations. Don't be all fearful. Like I said, like I said last night, what do you think this country was founded on? It was founded on because, oh, we don't want Great Britain bossing on us and taxing us all crazy. This is why we formulated America and things like that. So why should we be fearful now? Like I said, we don't seen a lot of people in the inner cities, die wrongfully. Yeah, if that's the case, we should be scared for that. But we wake up every day and lead with our best foot forward. So I ain't gonna be scared of nothing, no boogeyman that they trying to say I need to be scared of. No, I'm gonna start thinking more critically, if anything.
That's right. 'Cause, I mean, it's just like I said, you can't believe this stuff no more, man. When they running all this stuff is neck and neck with each other, you can just tell they got a different sinister agenda. You just know, like even if you don't know what the agenda is, you know it's not what they saying it is. So I mean, it's just an automatic red flag. Like you should see this. Like, hey man, this stuff is no good, man. Like I mean, it's all one big lie just to like put people in a box. And then I was saying, they was also saying, I was listening to a show earlier where they was talking about this one dude was like, hey man, I'm sick of this shit, man. I'm out of here, bro. I'm going to South America. And the dude was basically explaining to him, like, yeah, you can go to South America, but even as a white dude going to South America, you're going to stick out like a sore thumb and you're not going to get away from communism. So if you leave in America because you trying to get away from communism, then when you go to South America, you basically going to the same problem.
Hmm.
So he was basically like telling them like, yeah, but he was like, yeah, we can't leave. Like that one dude was like, well, we can't leave the country. So what would be the best state to live in? And he basically told them like either the northwest or the south. And you like basically at this point because like I mean shit, everything was like pretty much once the new president get in, man, they were saying that everything gonna go up. Like everything gonna be too expensive. And yeah, the people who need to like get like any government help or anything, you gonna have to take that fucking vaccine. So who knows
Well, I look at it like
what the
this:
vaccine comes.
when they went to establish these I won't say new continents because it was already discovered when they hijacked these lands. When they took people from certain lands or people that were already here, it was people that weren't going. I'll just say it like that. And you just got to think about it like this. Hey, maybe this is what the Most High made my purpose to be, to not go, to not accept. And I just stand on that. You think about all the things your family members that probably done took at someone's word and took certain medicines from certain doctors that really caused them harm, and they ain't here no more for essentially taking someone's word. Nah, I don't want to do none of
That's
that.
right.
If something bad happened, I guess that was meant for me to happen. So you just got to look at it like that. That may be
Then
scary to some people, but it's a real thing.
man, do you know how many people die from them people every year and nobody says a word? Like it's really scary. It's low key scary just to go into what you just said. Like man, you know how many people die from that, from taking that? Like I even had family members who have passed, so I know what you just said is like it's so realistic. And like you said, if they took some people word for it.
And you know what's interesting to me about this is like basically, black people were just asking for their reparations and they was dragging their feet. But like this shit, they just immediately came out, you know what I'm saying? Talking about black people, like we need to help y'all out and man, we need a damn vaccine for motherfuckers getting shot on camera and no justice. Cause this shit right here, that's a more pressing issue than this shit that y'all talking about. But you know, they controlling the media and shit. We need our own shit.
Right.
Yeah, you right though. No, you right.
Yeah, that's why, like I said, not only my channel, a lot of different channels and platforms. I don't see people on different social media platforms get, you know, basically totally censored. They still be sending out messages. They making it seem like, you know, they mess, you know, it ain't going out. But the totality of what they're talking about is too real, and it's like we can't have them reach the masses like that. Now, if you're talking about all that fake stuff and stuff that's gonna keep you stuck on stupid, then yeah, they're gonna let that go. That's why I took, you know, I took my channel at a different twist. You know, I could have kept going at a certain rate and doing that, but you know, to me, I started feeling a change, and I was like, you know what, I was already kind of talking about this. Let me go all the way with it. You know, I know people like hearing about, you know, certain things when it comes to game, but think about it like this: it seems like a lot of that is, you know, going a different route. And you got so many people on here that's speaking fake, and oh, you should buy into this. Are essentially agents that want people locked up in privatized prisons, and I ain't for any of that. You know, I want
That's
people to be
right.
with their family members and things like that. You know, we all know, you know, people move certain ways and do what they do. Yeah, that's good. I'm not saying nothing's wrong with it, but as far as me promoting it, to have someone catch a case, I ain't for any of that. You know.
Real talk, and to me, this is the real game right here. This is the real game right here, like, cause it's chess.
Most definitely, I look at it like this. You know, brothers actually talking about topics that, to me, you know, is affecting their life, their livelihood. You know, in different segments of the world, of, you know, different cities, states, whatever. That's what needs to be going down. Not, you know, some hollow. I mean, yeah, everybody like to laugh every now and then, but not so much where it's gonna have you on a path where, you know, it's gonna hurt you. Someone might have lost their life from taking some information that this person been dueling out to the people that they ain't never tried or ain't never lived or seen. You know, to me that's more hurtful, and I ain't with any of that. But you know, it's channels out there for that people, listen to and
That's
things
about
like
the
that.
bullshit.
Right. But yeah, like I said,
And all it is, like you said, it's just basically to lower people frequency. All this stuff is just basically designed to, you know what I mean? Like from the vaccine to, I mean, everything.
true. Like I said, I don't have all
Yep.
the answers. I don't claim to have all the answers. Like I say, research everything, even what I say. Maybe I might be missing something. You could put me up on something like, oh, Rick, no, this is what it is, or it's like we're each one of us is pulling each other's coat to something that we may not know, or you may know something, but you don't got it all the way right. So we're self-correcting each other versus this mass media saying, "Oh no, I'm speaking on the behalf of black people." No, melanated people, you don't speak on behalf of me because you ain't never lived my life. You
Yeah, they
don't know
always try to.
nothing like that. So no, I can't. Because like I said, when I heard that Governor Cuomo of New York say, "Yeah, the blacks they're not ready to take this vaccine yet." Well, how do you know? You're not black. You're not melanated. How can you speak for me? You cannot. So no, I'm not buying anything that you're trying to sell or anything that you're trying to give away.
They just basically guessing, I guess. I don't think they really know. I think they just basically sitting there just guessing what they think you might like, and they really don't know. So that's what I say.
Yeah, but I feel like they kind of created what black people was into because they got control of our culture. So it's like if they promote niggas
True.
tricking off, their money off Benzes, in 10 years they know that's what cat's gonna be about because they only hire artists that's talking about that type of message, all of this shit. So
Right,
yeah.
because they're all contract bound by their company or their corporations. You got to sign this contract stipulating you're only going to talk about stuff that's essentially going to lower, people's, whatever they feel. Talk about this jury, talk about getting cars, talk about these homes. Talk about doing whatever female you got wrong. And emphasize that always. Don't emphasize no positive. Emphasize all the negatives. So you keep stirring up this shit, and then we got control of the people that are essentially over hip hop, and most of them don't look like you. They don't got melanin in their pigmentation. Come on now. I was sitting up here, and I used to watch for the things of, okay, these people are rappers. They done made it. They got a particular talent of where they formulate their words together. But then when they start talking to these people that are from other countries that we're essentially supposed to be the arch enemy of, and they're claiming to be American and all that. No, not when it's about getting people caught up and catching cases and throwing other people under the bus and all this. They're doing this to all of the melanated people. But like I said, the people that are
Yeah.
their same complexion, go to the same shall I say, buildings with the Star of David and things like that. You don't never say nothing negative about
No,
each
they don't
other.
mess with that.
Right. So why should I believe you when you're formulating something against my people? No, I ain't with none of that.
They just want to promote anything that they think is, it's basically drama field, or they think it, is basically intriguing in in the negative way. Because most of the time, that's what they trying to sell. That's why
Right.
basically Hollywood ran out. Because Hollywood ran out of ideas because they got corny and stale with the same stuff over and over and over to the point where now people expect it. Now people know your movie and it just came out. So it's like,
And always recognize a turncoat that when they're in your ranks. Think about Gail King when she interviewed R. Kelly. She asked the most. It's ways you
oh,
can
that
ask
was some
certain
good.
questions, but how she was drafting it.
You asking the question because you really trying to use it to let him self incriminate, but you trying to basically like bait him in to like hurt yourself. Like I
Right.
ain't like the way, and then you wasn't asking in a caring way either. It wasn't a concerned way. It was basically a way of like, you don't believe this bullshit, but tell me more.
Right. Right. A flip it way. But if it would have been
Yeah,
anybody else of another complexion, you would not have did that. So that's how I know your journalism skills are not to be trusted. Is essentially your agent.
yeah.
Essentially, all them people that rise to high
Yeah,
ranks are with that. Don't get it
and
twisted. They probably a part of some
Dr.
mystery
Phil,
school.
he under him. You got people like Dr. Phil, he under him. He worked for him too.
Right.
Yeah, Vlad, bitch ass.
Right. 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 Yeah, it's been what's the brother that came under controversy now that because of appearing on this show, and I know people say, well, whose fault is it? Is it the Russians' fault or is it the particular rapper that answered those questions? I mean, I guess if you're idiotic to answer something that's gonna, throw you under the bus, then yeah. But probably half the time, this is where it gets gray because they film names like, oh well, they probably say, oh well, we'll throw that part out, we won't use that, and probably still use it. No, don't let it come out your mouth. Like, nah, I don't know what you talking about. I don't know who you heard that from. I don't comprehend it. Keep it like
Yeah,
that.
because I forgot the dude's name. He got mad at him for that. He was like, hey, man. He said he had asked him something. He asked him a question. Then he said, next thing you know, he came back, the title was different. And he was like, hey, man, I didn't say that. I didn't mean for it to be how you put that in that title, man. I ain't say it like that. I was saying it another way. And so the dude basically called the dude and got mad at him. Was like, hey, man, you need to take that down. You got the world, man, and people calling me thinking I said this.
Right, and
So yeah,
I'll say this: since I done interview.
he play title games too. He try to like put little sneaky stuff in titles, and them dudes don't be consenting on that. They don't be knowing what necessarily you gonna put in the title.
Right, but I look at it like this: I done interview people myself, and maybe sometimes I worded something wrong, and they call me on like, "Hey, Greek, can you fix that?" Now asshole will be like, "No, I'm leaving it like that." No, well, why would I want to do something that is going against their grain? No, I'm gonna respect it. I'm gonna take that down and reword it or whatever or something like that if I mistitled something. But other people that don't share, melanin in their pigmentation don't think like that because essentially they think they can tell us lies and it's all good. That's how they really believe.
Real talk, and then like what y'all feel is the reason? I mean, like all of these rappers feel like they gotta go so hard and act like they're more gangster than they really are. Because, I mean, if you look in the past, cats only getting crossed up doing this shit. So, I mean, what is it in our culture where we feel like we got to brag to somebody like Vlad, who, you know, or all these other cats who ain't even, you know, able to relate? We got to brag to them about being like a stereotype.
Well, it to me it's like almost like smelling your own shit. Like you think you're so untouchable. You know, I mean, if you look through history, anybody can be touched. I don't know how people like I'm from this state, I'm from that. You can get touched anywhere on
Yeah,
earth. It doesn't matter.
yeah, that don't matter. Yeah, it don't matter. You ain't got just
But a lot of
anything.
people
You just
they
walking
got so many
around.
yes people around them. Oh no, yeah, you're this or you're that, and they start buying into the hype. They start listening to those other folks, and oh yeah, you're this and that. No, I know I'm not all that. I know I don't have situations. I may not speak about them, but it ain't always been gravy. I ain't always been in good situations. Yeah, I've been victorious in some of them, but I ain't gonna believe like yeah, every time my shit's golden. No, it stank like everybody else stank. So, and the person hyping me up, they should stank too. So don't buy into that. But it's hard to get that across to a lot of people. People don't want to think that it's like
Yeah,
almost being too real. You're getting money, but these people are under certain contracts and they gotta be like that because a lot of them record companies, the ones that's still around, they be like, you gotta embellish, and if you don't know what embellish mean, that mean lie. And once they get the line so much, if they're proved to be a phony or they want to go against the grain, then they expose them like, look, he been lying, what? And then
yeah.
their sales go straight to the bottom and plummet, and they're forgotten, and they don't want to be like that. So it's like they're stuck on a treadwheel or a hamster wheel, basically spinning in circles. But to me, you
Well,
got
and
to have
then
more.
also, it's not their money. It's not their money either. Like, a lot of time, a lot of time, it's smoke and mirrors. A lot of people, fans and stuff don't get that. Like, a lot of time, it's not even their money. Like, them labels and stuff, like, the people know how to refund that money. They'll refund that money out for you. Or they'll just let something happen to you and just continue to sell your stuff without your permission. And, people will never know.
Right, because matter of fact, I was speaking with my pops not too long ago, and I don't know if y'all could probably look this story up. It was I want to say Stevie Wonder's his manager he had died, and he had got a new manager, but they was trying to wonder like why aren't your sales or the money that you're getting from your royalties, it should be at this amount. Well, comes to find out when they did an audit and then found out the way his last manager that didn't have melanin pigmentation, he wrote it up. Even after I die, my family is to continue to get paid the same amount that you were paying me when I was alive, and you can't do that. But if you don't have someone doing oversight over your situation, it's people that's still getting paid like that.
Mm. And that's really like almost like another life insurance. Like, that's really dirty. Like, because I noticed, like, either you look at the Michael Jackson, let's just use the Michael Jackson family, for example, man. Like, it's almost like some of them was, like, happy where it happened. Like, I was like, man, that's some creepy stuff going on, boy. I'm telling you.
Well,
You
I
know
look
what I'm
at
saying?
Michael
Like,
Jackson, Prince's situation. The family don't run none of that. They get allowance from a law firm. Now, think about that. It's like you get allowance. Oh, we take account of it. We make sure it's getting certain sales, but we only dwell out so much money to you versus you actually controlling what's really going on with it. That don't. No, I don't need no allowance. If he took care of it like he took care of it, I should be able to control that. A lot of people downplay. Oh, Michael Jackson was broke. Well, he owned 51% of Sony. That's a corporation. They don't just do music. They have uh, uh, recording equipment, different hardwares, TVs, all kind of things they got their tentacles in. So far as them being broke, that never was the case. It was essentially like Dick Gregory said, this nigga can't have this kind of money. This is like money that you be untouchable, that nobody can control you with. You can't have that kind of money. So they formulated a way to get rid of them.
oh, man. And so that's what I was talking about a little bit earlier with the refund. Like, they refunding these. they getting a refund. Like I was watching this one thing. We was basically saying like, here's the trick with a lot of these artists. You know, like they say, they work more dead than alive. So if
Right.
that's the case, then you playing in the scary game. Like you playing in the devil's playground. Like because basically. All we gotta do is just set up something to happen to you and just sell your music because your music gonna go up. They said when that Juice WRLD dude, the XXXTentacion rapper had died, man, they said them dudes' music had went up 160%.
Right. Well, think about it like this: is a
And that's
double
some
is a
scary stuff,
is a
man.
double play. You got to look at it like this: it's insurance fraud, and when I say it's insurance fraud, say you you're leasing a car or whatever, or you don't you're paying monthly on a car, and the car is maybe 100,000 or something. You may not have no 100,000 for that car, or let's just say a business, a building, and you put this high amount of insurance on it because you feel that it's worth that much. Well, if the building mysteriously burns down, then who benefits? You do. And the building might not have really been worth
Yeah.
any nothing of that. Well, same thing with these artists. Oh, he just signed a contract for 100 million. Oh, he did? Yeah, he got all these other hits in the bag. Oh, he died. Well, it's a business insurance claim essentially on these artists or on these record label or owners and things like that. So they get that money plus whatever money they bring in. You know, just like say you got a house
Yeah.
and you're paying a mortgage and you default on the mortgage. Well, the mortgage company got the insurance plan too. If you default, they get all their money back plus the house and whatever you paid. So I mean, you got it's formulated the same way. A lot of people don't look at it like that because people don't break it down like that. But I mean, like I
Yeah,
said,
and
go ahead.
yep, yep. And who's to say these companies ain't even putting hits out on their own artists?
Right,
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
what I was saying.
Even though
Exactly
Lil
what I'm
Wayne,
saying.
even
Yeah,
though
that's
Lil
what I
Wayne,
was
like
trying to say.
even though Lil Wayne, they could have planted that gun
right.
easy, and then
That's what
just
I'm
said,
trying to say here. Like,
yeah,
hey, you get out the way, man. You a threat, man. You got too much money. You a threat, and you're not working with us. So if you don't want to work with us, hey, man, we don't have to make a way. Hey, man, we have to find a way to do something else, man.
But now think about
And
this.
that's
A
what I'm
lot of
saying.
a lot of people will say this, like the naysayers. They're like, well, how would they know his movements? Well, think about it like this. If he got a security company where he got security, he pays them. This is why they essentially locked up Wesley Snipes because he wanted to start a black security company. You know, versus you
Damn.
versus you having their security company. Think about it like this: if you got a security company and they're at whatever artist, don't you know they're running intel to whoever that security company is? Like, yeah, this person he got this in his house. We're over here. They're running back intel, so that's the advantage towards them. If someone wants to do them ill will, we need you to step back away, because this is about to happen to them. You know what I'm saying? Because we know your routine.
Right.
You tell us, even though the artist think he got all the top security in the world. No, you're actually paying someone else to monitor what you do. Essentially, like with the
and that's
video
how they did
games.
Kobe. That's how they did Kobe.
True.
Because he was taking helicopter rides all the time. So I
Right.
mean, shit, they knew he was going to do
Man,
it one time.
man, why nobody never want to talk about this pilot? Because a lot of people want to say that he was in on it. I just don't see myself being in on flying myself into the goddamn. Like I don't know. Like it's almost like he knew. Because if I listen to his audio, I listen to the final audio of that pilot. So that's why I'm kind of like, man, and he was acting like he was acting real weird. That's all I'm gonna say.
Well,
But I go
think
listen to that
well,
audio,
well,
man. It's
well,
crazy.
well, think about it like this. They pick certain people because they know certain people will, make mistakes. And think
Yeah.
about the pilot that flew Aaliyah. That dude was found with all kind of coke in him. So they know what type of people to
Mm,
pick. Like he's gonna fumble. We know he's gonna fumble under this type of
mm,
pressure. So yeah, we're gonna put these people in place. We know they're essentially a kamikaze. They're collateral damage, like the rest of the people we don't want on there. You know.
But think about this too, man. Why the fuck you in this old ass shit, man? This dude worth like what, 400 million? And you
Who?
in a fucking helicopter from 1996, man. Hey, man. Hey, man, I'm gone, man. I heard
Well,
enough.
the thing about it like this, a lot of they don't discuss this. A lot of airplanes and helicopters are real old. They're not like it's not like in a car sense, like okay, they just built this car last year, it's new. No, that's essentially kind of new because they got some planes that's flying probably back from in the '70s that were built. Think about the warships. You think a
Yeah.
warship was built last year? No, it took hella probably close to a decade to formulate a big warship. And like, yeah, that's probably from back in '57 or something like that. That the completion date, but it's not built like how a car is, where it breaks down. It's built to withstand hella years, decades. It's a lot different, but people think of it in the terms of like, oh yeah, I just bought this 2021 vet. That's the newest thing. Well, maybe a 1967 or a 1976 warship is newer. In case of newer, is newer than something back from the 40s or something like that. If you could kind of understand, because it's so massive, it's so big. Just think how long. Think
Yeah,
about
it's so
it.
big. Yeah, it took him a long time to build.
Yeah, because you think is fighter jets that land on them ramps and on there, all that. That took a long time to build that. That wasn't built in a day. That'd be something to watch. How long does it take to build cruise ships and things like that, to kind of get a better sense of the period it takes to make something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, it take a long time. So I get that. But come on now, Reed. Oh, man. Man, you look around, man, they be having the most hidden exclusive. You even just look at the little Vice song, for example, 2 Chainz. This dude be traveling around, just going around, just testing the most expensive shit everywhere. Like, so just imagine you telling me these people can't just go make a little order real quick and get some new equipment. Like, I understand this old ones that still work, but hey, man, this shit been running too long. Y'all need to check this shit. Like, and then they saying they don't have no weather radar. Like, man, what kind of old that? Hey, man, you need to. There's some new shit out there. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
I believe it. I believe it. But people go with
But like I
convenience,
said, they might hide it. They might
right?
hide it, but I think it's out there. And I don't know why he wasn't, trying to get it at least. At least trying to get something. You know what I'm saying? Like get you a new.
Yeah, but I mean, he could have had the newest equipment, but if they just switched the pilot one time, if he's not staying on top of that, I mean, if they know, they could have just, known he was going to be at one spot. Because I mean, they also took out a family, including him. So you know what I'm saying? But I mean,
Yeah.
shit, if you don't,
They
yeah,
said he
keep the
couldn't
circle
see.
tight.
Well, they said he couldn't see, but if you can't see, they said before he crashed, he flew in a circle for 15 minutes. So how you fly that long when you couldn't see? That's a long time to fly a helicopter and you can't see. 15 minutes? That's pretty long.
I don't know. I just
And
look
then
at
if you was blind the whole time, why didn't you descend if you was that blind? Why would you still keep going up and keep ascending up like this? Hey, man. That's what I say. They do acting real strange, man. It's like almost like he knew what was on. He knew what he was about to do.
yeah,
Yeah, they sacrifice these celebrities, man. They be doing like rituals.
That probably was, yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, because they know they draw so much energy. A lot of people. You
That's
see how
right.
people were acting like, oh, this is so bad. Just like when Nipsey Hussle got, what had happened to him. They hype. I mean, it's been a lot of rappers that passed, but why was
Now
that
that
one
was some
hyped so
weird. Hey
high?
man, now that story right there crazy, man. I don't even want to go into deep detail, man, because there's some stuff up, man. Hey, man, that story right there crazy, man.
Yeah, it's like the Matrix, where when people is
Yeah,
real feeling a lot of pain, like they feeding off of that shit. Like in the Matrix, they
yeah,
was feeding off of them humans.
Mm-hmm.
So anytime they
yeah.
make an event and then motherfuckers,
Anytime.
9/11, all that shit, they like use all that energy to, progress their plans and shit.
Right. So that to me is why a lot of
That's
times
scary
when
because
you got channels like mine
uh,
where it's basically telling you to see through that, like look through that shit like it's a plate glass window versus like, oh no, you see the artwork on here? No, I'm looking through it and I'm seeing what they're doing behind there. That part's not beneficial. The stuff that you seen on that they're scribbling on there, yeah, it may be cool, but I want to see what's behind it. Essentially what the Wizard of Oz was about. Uh, look behind the curtain. No, don't look behind the curtain. Keep looking at all this other bullshit you're supposed to be scared of. Nah, no, it's just a little man behind
Oh
the
yeah,
curtain
yeah.
trying to
Keep
scare
telling the man,
everybody.
yeah, don't look at the man behind the curtain. Yeah.
Right.
We want you to stay blind because yeah, they don't want you to really know what's going on. That's the same. I mean, like you said, it's the same thing here.
But man,
Yeah, man. Like yeah.
I'm glad both of y'all done came in. I didn't bring my I don't got my charging device. One of my devices already done deaded out, but I'm glad that everybody done came in here and weighed in on their opinions. I mean, I think the comment section kind of died down, but both of y'all been speaking some truth that I think it done imparted some necessary things people could go look up. Like I said, I speak for myself. Don't take my word for it. Go look it up. Go look it up. And if you come back with something that I didn't know, hey, come in and throw it in the comments. And, hopefully, when I come on again, we can speak about it.
Real talk, real talk, real talk. Hey, I want to say, I want to say something about that Nipsey Hussle. I want to add on. My boy was telling me that he had went to L.A. just to visit, and he said he was late night and he was went inside 7-Eleven. And he said he looked up, he seen Nipsey Hussle inside making coffee. And he said, he didn't think nothing. And then, as the time went on, he said it dawned on him, like, hey man, he said he thought about it. Why was that dude just in the corner store, like, like he was just a regular person? Bro, you're not a regular person. Like, you know what I'm saying? No security, no bodyguards. Like why this dude? And he basically just thinking, like, hey, man, like, do dudes like that, I'm basically bringing that point up to say, Reed, do you think dudes like that, man, I don't care who you are, because I got a homeboy, and he kind of still with the old belief of, oh, man, fuck that, man, I ain't having no security. Fuck all that, man. You a punk if you got security. I'm like, hey, bro. Hey, man. In these days, man, you better take this sorry, bro.
I guess it just depends on what level, I think you don't,
I'm
rise
just
up
saying,
to.
if you one of them, if you somebody that, that's on a, basically, I guess you could say nationally known, maybe not worldwide known, but you nationally known, like you known all over the United States. Man, if you known in every 50 states, somebody probably know your name. Like, for example, if you Snoop Dogg, everybody know who pretty much Snoop Dogg is, right? So if you Snoop Dogg, we giving you his name for an example. If you Snoop Dogg or you Eminem or you Dr. Dre or somebody, man, you gotta have security, man.
No, I look at it
If
like
you
this.
just us,
It's
you
where their
gotta
heart.
have security,
I
man.
look at it like this. Is where their heart's at. The person that explained it the best is Mike Tyson when he was talking about Mayweather. He's like he can't go and drop his kids off to school by himself because a lot of people don't like Mayweather. The much as
Yeah.
people do is people that don't because how he's cocky a certain way. But Mike Tyson, yeah, I can see Mike Tyson not needing no security. Everybody know he knocks people's heads off, but he's a real personable person. So to
But I'm
me is
just
where your
saying,
heart's at.
but in today's society, people are cowards, and they more than likely to try to use a weapon. So, because the fear of Mike Tyson, like nobody in their right mind would try to go. Nobody with common sense would try to go fist fight with Mike Tyson. So more than likely, if somebody come toe to toe with Mike Tyson, it's gonna probably be a knife or a blade or a gun pull. So what I'm trying to say is, in them kind of situations, now because he's Mike Tyson, he definitely gonna have to have security. He can't take the risk because somebody they used to do it back in the gap when he was in his prime. It'd be a dude waiting for him at the bar and be like, yeah, he'll take a few shots, get drunk, be like, yeah, motherfucker, I can kick your ass. I don't gotta be a professional, but I'll whoop your ass right now. And see what he trying to get him to do is for Mike Tyson and basically knock his head off so he can sue him. And so just for little stuff like that, just for people who they're desperate for a little
Yeah,
lawsuit.
but I look at it like this. I mean, he kind
You
of
need
went through that.
security.
Well, think about it like this. He went through that. When his little daughter was little, and she was like a baby, he was at the airport. He was at the airport, not no security. And one of the, like a reporter, a camera dude, he was following him into the bathroom where the camera is like, hey man, I don't care that filming me out here, but don't come in this bathroom when I'm about to change my daughter. And the dude proceeded to go in the bathroom. You can look this up. Dude came out, had a big ass bandage wrapped up beside his head because he whooped his ass. He's like, man, I'm about to change my daughter. You got a camera? No, that ain't going. And he whooped his ass, not nobody else.
What was he trying to, oh, man, dude, creep, dude, what the kind of dude is this? Try to go in the bathroom, man.
Cause like, I'm a journalist. I gotta film you. No, motherfucker. I'm about to change my daughter. No, that ain't going.
Oh, he trying to do some more sneaky shit. He trying to,
But like to me, any man would do. Like, no, I know I'm a star celebrity or whatever, but you're not gonna disrespect my little daughter. No.
yeah. Yeah, see, man, that's what I'm saying, man. Even being in situations like that, man, just to protect your daughter, even if you don't feel like you need it, you feel like, hey, man, I can fight, I can get them up off of me. I don't need no security like that. If you out with your family and you out in the battle or whatever, and you a star, and like I said, you pretty much nationally known. If you from the South and most people know you in the South, or if you from the Midwest and most people know you in the Midwest, hey man, you need security, man.
Yeah, but I
You
look
know
at it
what I'm
like
saying?
this.
Because
If you're gonna have a security detail, have it be people that you really rock with, that you really know, that you probably done, have real good history with, not some eyeball that you just hired, like you just called a plumber or something like that. You don't know. It ain't something like that. You gotta have a personal relationship with
I
this
get
person.
that. But they were saying that, but they were talking that they were speaking against that too, though. Reed. I mean, not to go against. I agree with what you're saying, but I heard the other side say, well, if you get those guys more than likely won't, those guys more than likely won't be, pretty much do the job for you pretty much because that's not their job. Like if you hire a professional trained security job, if somebody tries some bullshit, it's my job, motherfucker, to bust your ass if you play stupid. But it's opposed to just, a buddy or a cousin of mine or something, you know what I'm saying, just for example. Or somebody that I rock with, he gonna be more on some shit like, man, shit, I might not should do this, man. I'm gonna be in trouble. I'm gonna catch this case. Oh man, I can't. Opposed to the professional security who you already hired. So somebody mess with you. Basically, the police, if they do respond and say something to anybody, ain't nothing gonna happen. The security gonna explain what happened, and they basically gonna leave you alone. So that basically, if you a celebrity, so to say, let's say if you Nipsey Hussle, well, you don't want to be fucking getting jammed up in no fucking lawsuits to no cases that's gonna cost you money. So that'll be the best way to go. I mean, but like I say, that day, cause I mean, pretty much that day when he was sitting out there, right? He was out there with a few guys he knew from the hood or whatever. He wasn't out there with no security. He wasn't no Hollywood dude like that. But I still feel like even the dudes who not Hollywood, just say for example, you feel like I said, you might feel like, hey man, I ain't Hollywood like that. I don't need no 3 or 4 dudes, big body guards standing around me. But I'm just feel like nowadays, man, people are so desperate and they so thirsty for attention. So if you got a name, you got any kind of name, I tell people this example all the time. Hey man, look, I don't give a damn if you Drake, cause you know what? I hear a lot of people say a lot of cliche stuff, and here go one cliche for y'all before y'all go. They say, oh man, if you know them rappers who like they rap gangster, right? If you rap about guns, you rap about jewelry, you rap about robbing, killing, or whatever. If something happened to you, the fans would be like, well, you shouldn't have been rapping that kind of energy. So I was like, hey man, they was like, you can speak bad luck onto yourself.
True,
And I was
true.
like, hey, that could be true, but let me show y'all where that's not true. Man, do y'all know Drake was out somewhere and somebody tried to play with him? Do y'all know? And I told my homeboy I had to call him when it happened because he kept trying to argue with me, saying, "Yeah, man, I told you, them rappers bringing that energy, bro. That's bringing that energy on themselves." I said, "All right." So I called him when it happened. And then somebody messed with Drake. I called him. I said, "Now tell me about the energy again because Drake sing about love, huh?" And they still fuck with him. That's what I'm trying to say. That's my point I'm making here. People don't care anymore. We live in a time where if you have a name, you could be Drake who sing about love stories 24/7. Somebody gonna see you and say, man,
Right. I
it's the
mean,
guy everybody love singing.
you could
Man,
kind of
fuck
say
this
you
dude,
could say
man.
the same
You know
thing
what I
with.
mean?
Oh, hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up.
Yeah.
You said the same thing with
Go ahead, Rick. Go
With
ahead.
Bob Marley. How someone tried to you know assassinate him. And he survived it, and he sung about positive things. I mean, it's energies
Yeah,
out
he
there that
did.
don't want to hear stuff like that. But with that being said, before this thing die out and it don't load up right. Hey, I'm gonna call it quits. Hey, I'm glad that everybody that came in and said what they said and offer some positive things. If you're still in here and you ain't
You already
hit the
know,
thumbs
man.
up, hey, I appreciate all of y'all. And with that being said,